Good afternoon. We'll get started in just a moment. Good afternoon. We'll get started in just a little bit. Excellent. All right. Let's let a few more people join and we'll get started. And I'll tell everybody the format of the stream in just a second. It's 2 o'clock here, actually, in San Francisco. By the way, I'm Eric. Everybody knows me as Eric Camp, community manager for Pennypop here. Let's show you a few things. Not too much new things to show. Update 310 actually is going to be coming out hopefully next week. We've already submitted it to Apple, so we're just waiting for everything to get approved and polishing up Android and things like that. So hopefully, if everything goes well, next week is when that'll launch. But if you happen to miss anything that I showed, for example, Dominion's coming out in 3.10, you can check the past broadcasts or the highlights under stream. Under our stream URL. We also teased Monster or XP for Monsters. I think that was last week. So same place, you can check those out. Right. All right. Looks like we got quite a bit of people on. Excellent. Give me just a moment. Last week. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So today is the 8th. So today, it's just going to be pretty light. We're going to give away a whole bunch of gold, some energy, and things like that. So I'm going to start off. We'll do, let's start off with the QA session. Then I'll go into gold giveaway. I'll do like a trivia type thing, some questions and answers, and I'll be giving away some gold for that. Then I'm going to move into suggestions, where everybody can ask their suggestions, and then we can talk about it, things like that. And then I'm going to give out some energy to people who streamed Battle Camp from this past week. So I was looking at Twitch and seeing who was streaming this week, and so I got a few names. So I'm going to do a random giveaway and give some 50 energy to a few of those. And then at the end, I'm going to do a stream challenge. So for this next week, I'm going to give everybody a challenge, and whoever does that, I'm going to give out some big time gold for that. So we'll have 2 prizes. Then I'll just do some closing remarks. So let's see. Get rid of that. Don't do that. And let's see. Right. So let's just jump in. Let's get your questions rolling. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. Go for it. Let's see. Challenge. Yes, I will be doing a challenge. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. But basically, something I want to try out. So we'll have a few challenges here and there, like do this or first person to do this or things like that. Then I'll give away some prizes, and they'll get pretty fun, pretty interesting. I mentioned this, update 310 hopefully should be coming out next week if everything goes as planned. Yes, next week. Ambassadors. Yes, we had ambassadors a little while ago. Last year, it was something we wanted to do, but we didn't. I'll admit, we didn't have enough time invested in that. We had a pretty big plan, but we weren't able to invest as much time and effort into that as we hoped. But it's not something that we've completely forgotten. basically, if you're a helpful person in the BC community, like maybe you made guides, you were helpful in game, you're just like a really positive person, things like that. Like you were really like a pillar in the community. Then we gave you ambassador title, and you got a cool hat in the game, and things like that. Also, you got a title on the forums, if I'm not mistaken. Like a special group where we could chat, but we stopped doing that after a while. But yeah, it is something that I could consider doing again, or a variation of it. When will the caves go back to normal? We actually talked about this on a conference call that we had Wednesday. So this week we had caves go for about 3 days. So they cycled and, kind of went on, like all the different rarities, all the different, elements. Thank you. All the different elements that they had. And, it's just something that we want to test out. So as far as going back to normal, we still have plans to kind of revamp them a little bit, change them, try to make them more interesting and things like that. So as far as being one element every 24 hours on just the epic thing, we're probably going to change that up. So, I mean, one of the reasons for that is that if you're, a really big rock team person, and rock is really what you're going for, and I know we've had people complain or whatever about, I need a rock cave, and I haven't gotten one in a while, or things like that, or leaf or things like that. So we kind of want to try and make everybody happy as best we can. So we're going to try and change that up. I don't have any details on what's going to happen. It's kind of still in the planning phases, but we do like to change things up pretty often. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. I know that's not exactly what you're looking for, but we are going to try to make them better. New caves are sweet. Glad you like that. Glad you think so. Alright. Turn off the music. How about I'll turn it down? Leave the music. Turn off the music. Very well. You have all spoken. Maybe in the future I'll have it on a loop. Or have it on a... What do you call it? Yeah, I'll get to 50 energy. 1, 2, 3. Third in the itinerary. Right now we're just doing questions and answers. Alright, let's see if we have any more questions. Let's see. Sorry, give me a second. Let me find another question. I'm not going to discuss any second evolutions in the stream today because I've already shown off 2 or 3 of those, I believe. I showed off Kappa, I showed off the Fuzzbrute, and then I showed off Green Guy's second evo. So I think the rest should be a surprise. Who created Battle Camp? Pennypop did. The game has been around for 2 years, I think. I'm not sure the exact date. A few more questions. Will there be more costumes in the shop? That's something we've mentioned to the team. We do not have any plans to add any more costumes to the shop itself, but I can definitely make a note of that and bring it up again. Let's do that. Yes, we've also talked about the avatar spins. So, for example, if you have been playing a long time, if you used up all the possible items, or you've purchased all the possible items that you can in the avatar spin, we know that there's no way for you to use the avatar spins. So some players have requested maybe having a trader where you could trade the avatar spins for something else. But yeah, that's definitely worth mentioning again. I'll bring that up to the team. I mean, as easy as a feature though, like that sounds, or even just adding more costumes to the shop, it's not always quite that straightforward. I mean, it takes a lot of time. You have to design it, you have to implement it, and there's still always only so much time to have in a release. So, as much as we'd love to have everything that was suggested in the game, it's not always possible. But there's still a good chance that it could happen down the road. I mean, that kind of is worth mentioning when we do suggestions too later on. That doesn't guarantee that everything will go in the game, but some things are that people have suggested or whatever we have implemented. So let's see, a couple more questions. What about a second map for game with higher quests and something cool? Yeah, that's not worth. I mean, that's not worth. That is worth mentioning to the team. Like, I know the level cap. I think we raised that. It's been a while since we raised the level cap. I think it's been about a year. And then we added Lost Temple after that. But yeah, we haven't had anything new since then, so I could bring that up. Alright, let's go with more questions, and we'll do suggestions later. Yeah, not the energy cap. I don't believe there's any plans to raise that. Can there be more ways to earn boosters? We're basically doing the suggestions thing here, but that's all right. Okay, that's kind of like I think that was brought up a couple of conference calls ago, actually, and that kind of goes in the line of the same thing with the avatar spins. Like if there was a trader where you could have miscellaneous items. So maybe you could trade your boosters for other boosters, or avatar spins or boosters, or things like that. So that's not a bad idea, not a bad suggestion. We have mail. Nice team. Thanks, man. Oh no. Where is it? There we are. A few more questions. Yeah, booster trading system. So that's kind of what I was just mentioning. Okay, a few more. Okay, let me take one more question, and then I'll move into the gold giveaway, and then we'll go back to suggestions. Yep, here's my team. This isn't really well thought through though. Mostly just monsters put on this account for testing purposes. But this is just a test account. This is not my actual team. Just random monsters. Huh. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the gold giveaway. We'll go to suggestions a little bit later, okay? Do that right after this. Alright, so let's make sure we got the keyword item in here. Alright. Huh. I would love to give you one of these monsters, but I'm afraid I cannot. Because then I would definitely get squashed in our next PvP match. Oh, oh, oh. Whoop, whoop is right. Yeah, I did get thoroughly beaten that last time. 50% though. 50%'s not too bad. Not too bad. Not too shabby. Alright. So, basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give 5 prizes away. I'm going to give some gold. And I have 5 different questions. So you can only win once. And I'm just going to generate or pick a random person who guesses the correct answer. Alright, the first question, and some of these you might just have to guess, you might not particularly know. FYI. Alright, the first question is, what crystal is activated for my troop right now? Everybody guess. What element? Alright, let's let the answers come in. Read these messages. Alright, let a few more come in. Pick the winner and find out. Alright, let's go in here. What could it be? Get out of here, messages. Architect, come on. Pop-ups! Wind is the correct answer! I actually have a cool challenge coming up in the future that might just involve Lost Temple. You'll see. Something we can do on stream on the stream together. Alright, so the winner of that one was Ale Gouliot? Man, sorry, I butchered that name. I'm sure of it. Alright. I'm gonna send you a message real quick. Winner! Alright. It's your IGN. Alright, let's do another one. Do another one. Just write down your IGN or your username. Huh! If Posito wins, it's fixed. He has been pretty lucky lately, but it is not fixed. Alright, next one is... Where are my questions? Here they are. Which NPC is in the dig site? Which NPC is in the dig site? Right there. Sorry for butchering your name. I'm new at this. Let a few more go through. Alright. Let's roll to see who wins. Let's find out the answer first. Huh. It is the Nugget Chair. Find jewels and materials by digging. Send monsters on missions for rewards at the mission board. It's probably not how he sounds. But it's the first voice that came to mind. Alright, let's see who won that. Mighty Eric 7. Nice. Let's just send you a quick message. What's your PC name? Congratulations. Some are trivia, some are random questions. Alright, the next one is... This one's just a guessing contest. Stop bugging me, Nuggeteer. I've got things to do. Which monster is in storage box number 3? First person to get that right wins. Nope, nope, nope. Guess again. Which monster is in storage box 3? Nope, not correct. Not a Bone Dome, not a Cybug, not a Norier. Brain Freeze! Anime Shun One. Send you a message. Brain Freeze! Christopher, his name is. Ha! Should have been obvious he wasn't on my team this time. I'm just kidding, that was a tough one. There we go. Back into his rightful place. Alright, send you a message real quick. Oops, give me just a moment. What is your BC name? Alright, 2 more giveaways. What big daily boss is in Turtle Falls? What big daily boss that you can fight on a regular basis for energy and stones can you find in Turtle Falls? The reward is gold. Okay, let a few more answers come by. Then I'll do the random generator. A lot of correct answers there. Turtle Falls. Let's find the right answer. Spitfire is correct. Look at that cool banner. That's very cool. The winner is EA Smith 4698. Congrats. Let me just send you a message real quick. What is your BC name? Alright, let me record this so that I can post our winners on our Twitch page in the description. Do that every week. Alright, one more. What is the name of the NPC in Arena that you give your defense team to? What is the name of the NPC that you give your defense team to? Okay, a few more go through. Alright, I see some correct answers, but I'm going to let a few more few more populate real quick before I do the random generator. Alright, the correct answer is Harmony. Harmony is the correct person. Phil Nye is the person that you go to upgrade your Zodiac. Close, though. Got Sarge, refreshes. Phil Nye does the Zodiac, and Harmony takes care of your team. Alright, the winner for that is Wordy Jr. Wordy Jr. Two for two. Ah, nice. Alright, let me send you a message. Then we'll move on to our next segment. Winner! I think Wordy's name is actually Wordy, but message you anyway. Alright, congratulations everybody. I'll post your names. Oops, I'm gonna log in. I'll post everybody's names in the description later on. Well, let me try that again. Right. Alright, so if you're just joining us, we just had a gold giveaway. We did a Q&A session, and then we're going to move on to suggestions. I'd like to hear you guys' suggestions, whether that's a totally new feature, ways to improve maybe a current feature like Celestial Towers, or another feature like non-event feature, like something that already exists. Like, for example, a great suggestion is, someone mentioned this on a conference call that we had Wednesday, is the scrolls. So the scrolls in the troop shop. Someone mentioned that, it'd be great to buy more than one, have like a little number indicator. So that'd be a suggestion on like a feature improvement. So I mean, we've already written that one down, so you don't necessarily have to mention that one, but something like that. All right, let's go into it. Storage naming. Yeah, that has been times. It's kind of been on the docket, but not necessarily a high priority, but I'll bring that up. That's a good one. Rearranging mobs. Yeah, I could see that. I think what we wanted to do in the past was to be able to do that, kind of like how you, kind of like the user interface you have like on your iPhone, where you can hold down and then you can move them. But I'm not sure what happened to that planning. Not a bad idea though. Okay, let's see. Hold on, let me read this one real quick. Being able to buy some of the past costumes from events and stuff. That's not a bad idea. Not sure if we brought that up or not. I'll mention it though. Good idea. Alright, Jimmy CCP says, let us buy passive rerolls for gold. It's not a bad idea. Just passive rerolls, or I could see how that'd be useful. Like if you had a really good ability, maybe like snipe, or sacrifice or something like that, but you had a mismatched passive and you wanted to be able to just re-roll the passive or ability and then you'd re-roll the passive. Ah, yeah, that's a good idea. Energy Silver says he wants something where you can switch on and off your actives in the inventory. That's something we have talked about before. When we originally released the active and passive toggling, we had the abilities and they were always autocast. And then we realized that players would want to be able to toggle those on and off, and so it was kind of like a spur of the moment thing that we just really, like, one of our engineers just like worked really hard all day and just implemented that feature so that when you're in the game you could turn it off. But it's pretty tricky to be able to do it in a screen before. So like being able to do it when you're in battle was easier to do and would take a lot less time, and we didn't have to resubmit or something like that. Or it would take sooner, and then we were still able to make the deadline or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty much that or nothing, and so, but that would be a good feature tweak for sure. Let's see. Yes, we already chatted about being able to buy multiple items in the troop shop at a time. Okay. What about letting the Ranger Showdown bosses have their 5 monsters from their region? Not sure what you mean about that. Could you elaborate on that? Troop bank for event specials and emblems. That's not a bad idea. I think we've talked about that before here in the office about having sort of like a bank system. But that is a little bit tricky because in other MMOs you always have the struggle where someone will, you'll donate all these items and then someone will take them, and it's really hard to have a sort of like hierarchy. Because if people quit or people are gone for extended periods of time. The same with the troop shop, or a troop shop like bank, really. That's not a bad idea, but it would be pretty difficult to implement, I would think. Right, troop bank, yeah. Yes, it is. I will be using more fan art for my backgrounds. Glad you noticed. I'll be using more fan art for my backgrounds, so yeah, post them in BC Global. Post them. There's fan creations album in the under Facebook on the fan page. Sorry. So if you go to our fan page, and then you go to the albums, there's one there. So you can always just leave a comment, put your picture there, and we'll always select the best ones and we'll upload them there. And I'll start using more here. Okay, a few more questions or suggestions. Did we take away the PR League? I'm not sure what happened to the PR League. We haven't done it in a while, but we always change things up. So, for example, we didn't do the Kill Capture League, or for a while, but then we just did that one yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. So sometimes we'll change it up or do what works best for the other things that we have going on. Okay, a few more. Okay. Mangini mentions passive leveling essence, like the rare and super essence, be pretty nice. It's not a bad idea. So kind of like once you get enough of the essence, then you can level up your passive. It's not a bad idea. few more. Oh, I see your question about the rares. Um, that's not a bad idea. I think we just have the rares set just randomly. So if you're maybe if you're only up to like the second camp or whatever, and you can only fight that boss so many times, and but I guess you're strong enough to get the rare. You kind of want you don't necessarily want the same one over and over. You might want to diversify your team and get maybe a rock guy one time and then a wind guy the next time, so and so. Yeah, we already talked about buying boosters in the store, kind of like a trader. That's not a bad idea. Okay, a few more suggestions and then we'll move on. Make league in normal time for all countries. Well, unfortunately, that's not possible. We start leagues based on when we're here in the office, when the team's online. Because if we started a league, maybe like in the middle of the night for us, and it would be a day for you, that would be more convenient for you. But if there was ever any problem with the league, then we'd all be asleep, and then when we woke up, there would be this mess or something like that. So yeah, I know it's tough when the league is happening when it's not the right time on your zone, but uh, that's kind of the safest bet. Hopefully, eventually, maybe one day we could have them automated or run them at syncopated times, though. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll move on to the energy. Let's find one more. Okay, let me find one more. Can you make it able to filter different troops like PR Max and Stone donations? Do you mean... I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Do you mean like filter, like if you're looking for a troop, you want to find the ones with the highest PR? Then I'm not sure what you mean about the stone donations. Are you talking about like on an individual level? Can you elaborate on that? The struggles. Alright, I guess if you're not answering, I'll just heed that first part. Mention that. Oh, let's see. Okay, like a really active troop versus not an active troop. Well, I'm not sure something like that would really need a feature. Because to see if someone's active, you could always, look at their raid log, look at when they're online, and things like that. Okay, all right. Let's move into the next segment. So, last week we had quite a bit of people streaming, so that was great. Showing off your battle camp skills. So I have a list of people here. So some people worth mentioning are Bodira, Get Chunky, Diamond Rond, and Yolosaurus. Dan Hees and the 9-man, among some others. So let's give out some prizes. So we'll also be doing that next week too. So if you stream Battle Camp this week, and make sure you indicate that you're playing Battle Camp so it's easier for me to find you. And also archive your videos too. So if you go into your settings, you go under videos and channel, videos, and let's see what it is. Videos? No, channels and videos. If you go into channels and videos, then you can choose to archive your videos so that they're stored and recorded. And then I can see, oh, you've recorded Battle Camp this week. We'll give out 50 energy to a few of those people. So I mentioned that on Facebook and on BC Global this week. So let's run generator, see who wins. Okay. Alright, Diamond Rond wins. Budira wins. And one more. Get Chunky wins. Nice. Winner. Alright, so if you are listening to the stream, go ahead and, or actually I'll message you guys and get your IGN and hook you guys up with some of that energy. So I'll do that next week as well. Do that for a few weeks. So anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Let's see. Alright, so this is also another giveaway, but this is from next week as well. So this is going to be a stream challenge. So I'm going to try this out, see how everybody does. So basically, this weekend is Battle Royale. So we got the Battle Royale going on right now. So the challenge, worth 350 gold, is the person who video records the highest Battle Royale gem combo during a stream will win. So if you do a match, like all you have to do is do a match, have it on the stream, and get a really high combo. The person who records the highest combo, so you might want to do a few matches. The person who records the highest combo will win. And then I'll give the runner-up 150 gold. So if you happen to do really good and get a 15 combo or something like that, and then you had it going on in the stream, here's how you show me that you got a high combo. So all you have to do is record Battle Camp, message us here on Twitch, then link us the video to the stream where you actually gave, or where I actually acquired the combo, and then try to tell me the approximate time that it happened, and then I'll choose the highest combo, and I believe the event ends on Tuesday, so I'll give out prizes Wednesday. I won't make you wait until the next stream. I'll go ahead and give those out on Wednesday. So, do a stream of Battle Camp, fight in Battle Royale, get a high combo, and make sure your video is recorded. As I mentioned before, you can do that. It's really easy. All you have to do is go into settings, go into channels and videos, and click that your videos archive. Let's see. It says archive broadcasts. That makes them go to the past broadcasts. And then you can click that link and then message it to me, and then I'll do that. So Android can record. Let's see. Let me link this guide. Actually, let me link this now that we're talking about it. So on the forums, there is a guide to streaming here. That's it. Here. Alright, that's if you have iOS and a Mac. But if you have Android, you can use, there's plenty of other options out there that you can use. Like, I know a few of the people that were streaming this week were using BlueStacks, things like that. So you can definitely still participate. We'll try to throw up some more guides on there on like different systems that you can use, but it's definitely possible. Let's see if I missed anything. Yes, we That was actually one of the things we talked about. We may do a hide and seek thing in the future, or even do, like, we got plenty of challenge ideas. So maybe next week we'll do something with, one of the raid halls, or PvP tournament, things like that. Oh, thank you for the message. Make sure I didn't miss anything on these messages. And let me link the forums again. So there is a new section on the forums just for streaming. So you can get tips, you can ask questions, and I'll be there to answer those as best I can, and other players will be too. So right there. Check that out. Brain freeze for the win! Yeah, like how he has his arms behind his body like a ninja. Ninja. Alright, well anyway, thank you very much for joining the stream. So just to recap, we had some suggestions, we did a Q&A, gave away some gold. I'll be granting those here in a little bit after I get offline, and we gave energy to people who streamed Battle Camp last week, and we'll actually be doing that for a few more weeks. We'll do that next week, just random people. Then we had the stream challenge, where this week, if you stream Battle Camp, get a high combo, message me the video URL of when you got that. I'll give a whole bunch of gold to the highest combo winner and a runner-up too. Let's see. That's pretty much it. So we're hoping to have 310 out next week, and next week I'll probably, if that's the case, I'll probably be streaming some new content from that. So thank you very much for joining us today.